Right, 27 December 2024, and this is the last Thursday of 2024. Oh, sorry, the last Friday, actually. Who says Thursday on a Friday? This is crazy. Guys, this Christmas must have gotten to my head, and I apologize for calling this a Thursday when it's a Friday. This is the last Friday of the year, and today is a massive news day. So I have to move through a lot of news items. I'm going to be taking you through some of the most shocking stories that you have ever seen. But this is nothing. Remember, I said 27 December is going to be a very important day in the history of Zimbabwe. You are going to see things that you've never seen happening in our country. And some of the things that I'm going to show you today are going to show you the state of the nation and what is going to be happening. I'm going to reveal to you some of the things that have happened this week that are spiritually significant to Mnangagwa, and you're going to understand by the end of today what this all means. So let's start with the CIO. They've been frantically calling me, trying to find out what is going to happen on the 27th. Just wait, guys. 27 December is a day to remember. You're going to see things that you've never seen before. Now, let's start with our first headline. And this is the serious infighting between Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. This is now a mess. It's no longer normal. This fighting between Mnangagwa and Chiwenga has become a serious problem. So yesterday, Chiwenga was supposed to be the guest of honor at the event of the 45th death anniversary of General Josiah Tongogara. And unfortunately for the family, they have been caught in the fight between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa. So Mnangagwa was not happy with that, and he blocked Chiwenga from becoming the guest of honor. So eventually the event was boycotted by all the senior officials, and the only people that showed up was Monica Mavunga here, the Minister of Defense, of War Veterans, sorry, not Defense, War Veterans, and then Aaron Nepera had to represent Chiwenga. So Chiwenga was not able to go here, and Chiwenga is in a big danger of losing his position this week. So this next week that we're coming in, Chiwenga is in big danger of being fired. I know many guys have called me and said it's not possible for Chiwenga to be fired, but the events that you're going to see this week are big. So by next Friday, Mnangagwa is going to make an announcement. So next Friday is the 3rd. By the 3rd, Mnangagwa will have made an announcement on his ministers. So these are Mnangagwa's ministers currently here. And obviously the vice presidents are not here. That is Mohadi and Chiwenga. So you can see that on the bottom left is Kuda here. Young Kuda is going to do very, very well in the new cabinet. He might even be elevated to a full minister. Barbara here has had a fight with Auxilia Mnangagwa, and things are not going to go well for her. And Tatenda Mavetera has been linked to Chiwenga. Things are not going to go well for her. And you can see Mutangwa here, Monica, she's going to do well, but obviously because of the bootlicking and singing of ED 2030, there's going to be a big move this week. You're going to see a big move, and you're going to see Chiwenga being checkmated once again because of his ambitions or his whatever they think is his ambition. So Mnangagwa is going to move very hard against Chiwenga. He has already done it yesterday when he blocked Chiwenga from being the guest of honor yesterday at the 45th anniversary of Josiah Tongogara's death. So this also caused many people not to go over there at the National Heroes Acre. The only people that showed up, as I said, is Mavunga and Nepera, who represented Chiwenga. So Nepera took the position of Chiwenga, and Chiwenga is being isolated by Mnangagwa, is being blocked, and is being blacked out. So the blackout started last month. You saw that they stopped producing any content or any picture with Chiwenga. So any newspaper of Zimbabwe, you're only going to see Mnangagwa. You will not see Chiwenga in that newspaper. And this continued yesterday, as Mnangagwa is very angry with Chiwenga after he visited India. So this is continuing. Let's see what happens. A lot is going to happen, and we're watching. But that is not all. There's an even bigger incident that has taken place on the 25th of December. So guys, this is crazy. So on the screen, you are seeing a man here. He's called Kunyenya on the right. And if you go to the Newsday newspaper, you are going to see a story. But this is not about Kunyenya. This story is about Mnangagwa's father. So Mnangagwa's father, or the spirit of Mnangagwa's father, is manifesting in a man who is 41 years old. And this man is called Felix Togaraseyi Magureyi. So the spirit of Mnangagwa's father is manifesting in this man. And whenever he gets possessed by this spirit, he runs to State House and he overpowers the guards. He gets extremely powerful. And when he's possessed by the spirit, he's able to fight off the guards and enter State House. So he has done it on the 25th. You can see that I'm almost laughing here. This is crazy, guys. It's like you're watching one of the bad movies from like low budget movies. So this man, Felix Togaraseyi Magureyi, first entered State House on 7 May 2024. So he went at State House, he parked his car, a Toyota Hilux, and then he went in front of the guards and started to dance in a trance. And obviously the guards were scared and they moved away. And he entered State House speaking in the voice of Mnangagwa's father. And when he entered, they then arrested him. So State House, normally if you just do anything funny there, like if you even look the wrong way, you get shot dead. But this man was able to enter here chanting like Mnangagwa's father. And they allowed him to go in. They took him, I think they took him to Mnangagwa. And then he was released. So he went to court and was released. That is unbelievable. Someone entering such a high security place and being released. But they did. So on the 25th of December, the same man, Felix Togaraseyi Magureyi, who was armed, the first time he went to State House, was armed with a pistol, he had a shambok. He went into State House. On the 25th of December, he came again to State House, and this time he fought the guards at the front of State House, and he overpowered them and went into State House of Zimbabwe. This is unbelievable. And this man was able to enter State House. He's been arrested now, and he's going to be out, or he's going to appear in court on the 7th of January. However, the words that he's uttering when he gets to State House have not been revealed. What is it that he's saying when he gets to State House? And why are they not shooting him? Because if you go to State House and do what he's doing, you'll be shot. I have walked to State House. Let me tell you what happened. I was walking to, I think the Celebration Church or whatever down there, when I was still a very young guy. I was just out of school. I was not even knowing that that's State House. So I crossed like this. Instead of crossing straight, I crossed from one corner of the road to other. The soldier in front of that State House, he told me to walk back across the road and walk straight. At 6 o'clock, they close that place. You don't mess around a State House. This man goes to State House. He fights the guards, like he beats them up and enters State House. And they let him. This is unbelievable. And Mnangagwa appetite. Whatever is happening, whatever I did, Kuromba Mnangagwa is coming after him. And this is happening through his own father, the father of Mnangagwa. I think that's Mafidi that is entering, or the spirit of Mafidi that is manifesting in Felix Togaraseyi Magureyi. It's shocking and unbelievable that this is happening at the State House of Zimbabwe. And the guys who know, they will tell you more about this story and what this man is saying when he enters State House of Zimbabwe. Shocking stuff and unbelievable. Now let's go to the third story. So we had a number of headlines today. Let's go to the third story. And this is to do with Mohadi. As you know, Mohadi is sick in India. He's been hospitalized. And according to my sources, Mohadi, we're going to get an announcement on Mohadi today. So there'll be an announcement on Mohadi today. Is Mohadi going to make it, or Mohadi is not going to see 2025? 2025. I don't want to Mohadi 2025. Today is the day we'll get the answer. That there is an imminent announcement on Mohadi today. So look out for that important announcement on Zimbabwe Vice President, Second Vice President Mohadi Kembo Jugish Mohadi. There's going to be an announcement on his health and his well-being. So by the end of the day today, I'll be able to come back here and give you an announcement on that. This man has been sick for over 6 months. Very, very sick, unable to do much, and it is shocking. Now let's go to an even more bizarre story. So today I told you it's one of those days where you have some of the unbelievable stories. So on the screen is Farai Mnangagwa or Farai Mlojwa. She is a property dealer in Harare. Her husband, Mlojwa, owns all the newspapers that you know that he bought from Trevor Ngube, and he also owns Titan Law. So that is the firm Titan Law. But today's story is about the death that has taken place at the house of Justice Felicitas. I thought it was Felicia. Felicitas Chatukuta. So there has been a death, a bizarre death at the house of Justice Felicitas Chatukuta. And what has happened is that 2 security guards from the prison service were sitting in a guard room on Christmas Day. And inexplicably, one of the guards, Kenondlela, according to the surviving guard, so there were 2 guards, Kenondlela ran out, grabbed the AK-47 which was on the table and ran out with it. And then Keno Ziripi says Kenondlela took the gun and cocked it with his legs. So I don't know how that works. How do you cock a gun with your legs? And then he says he jumped out of the guard room and flipped over onto the other side. So Keno Ziripi said he ran away after he saw what Kenondlela was doing. He ran away and went to the next house. And when he went to the next house, he then peeped over the wall and saw Kenondlela under a tree. And then he heard a gunshot. He says he then ran out of the other next door neighbor where he had gone. And when he looked, he saw the body of Kenondlela under a tree. So this man has died. And the police are trying to tell us that this man killed himself. But I don't believe it. But how is this connected to Farai Mnangagwa Mlojwa? So this judge here, she was given a house worth $390,000. It was bought through the property company of Farai Mnangagwa. And this is the same house where this all happened. The house is $390,000. And my belief is that something has happened at this house that we are not being told. So what has happened in this house? What has this judge done? And was there an attack on this judge by the guards? And the guards got attacked. What happened here? very strange situation taking place on December 25. That is Christmas Day. And I hope that we'll get to find out more about what has happened to this justice, Chatukuta house, which was sold to her through the company of Farah Mnangagwa, the daughter of Mnangagwa. So this is a crazy week, and unbelievable things are happening around us during Christmas. When you're at home, things are happening. Do you know, this is the reason why I told you that Mnangagwa was not at State House this week. He had gone to his village. He is running away from the spirit of his father. And a lot of things are happening around him. It's shocking what is happening around Mnangagwa. And let's see what happens. As I said, today, a day to watch. People are even calling me and saying, should I go jogging? It's not like that, guys. It's got nothing to do with you. Now, what is happening is not going to happen to you. It's about Mnangagwa and his attempts to enter State House, to enter the Great Zimbabwe. So the biggest mistake that Mnangagwa made this year was to attempt to enter the Great Zimbabwe. The spirits of the nation are extremely angry with Mnangagwa, and they are going to fight him. So Mnangagwa is going to be fought the way he was pushed out of the Great Zimbabwe. You saw what happened when Mnangagwa tried to enter the Great Zimbabwe and perform rituals. He was pushed out. A lot is going to happen. And as I said, no one who was at the Great Zimbabwe on that day is going to see the end of 2025. They're all going to drop. You're going to see it. You've already seen Anampoko, Anamuhadi. Then you're going to see the inner circle, Anamatuke. Those guys are going to drop because of what they did at the Great Zimbabwe, the ritual that they tried to perform over there. All of them are going to feel it. And then let's go to Kariba. So this man you're watching here, Zimbabwe Revenue Authority, sorry, Zambezi River Authority, Chief Executive, Munyaradzima Munoda Wafa. So the Zambezi River Authority is one of the best run institutions in the country. So Kariba, basically, most of the stuff that happens in Kariba is being well run. The institutions there are working well. That is because they're away from Harare. So there's a lot of control on the lake. Rules are being enforced, and the Kariba Dam is very clean. Nice, they're doing a good job. However, there's an earthquake or a number of earthquakes that have taken place since 1 December. There have been 6 earthquakes at the Kariba, and I've shown you the 5 when I talked about the 4.9 last week. However, Munoda Wafa has revealed that there have been 6 earthquakes since 1 December, and they've now carried out an inspection of the Kariba Dam, and they are refusing to say what they saw. So he is not saying what they saw, but they're saying that everything is too got integrity, everything's too fine. But I believe that something has happened. They've also asked the members of the public to provide any information if they see something. So that is what they've said. The Zambezi River Authority. And what is going to happen here is, if there is a big earthquake, let's say a 6 or a 7, the Kariba Dam wall is going to collapse. That is my belief, that it's going to collapse, and 500,000 people in Mozambique are going to die. We're not even talking about the people around the lake. So if you live around the lake, if that thing bursts, a bunch of water is just going to gush out, and most of the houses around Kariba, guys, I'm not guys in Kariba, do not think that I'm being funny. So you see all those little houses around there, they are going to be swept away. And these guys must do a disaster preparedness test. They must do a drill in Kariba. So Zambezi River Authority, they're responsible for this river. They need to carry out a drill right now to say, if there's a disaster, what is going to happen, what resources are required downstream, who's going to be hurt, and what should be done. And you know, Kariba is quite high. Everything's away from the dam. So the guys who live where we live in Kariba, they're quite far away from everything. But I'm not sure about the guys down in the areas around Ananya Munga and all that. What is the effect if the dam was to burst? Does the river flow this way or the river flow that way? And where does it meet Nyamunga and all those areas around there? So it's very important for these guys to come out clean and explain what's going to happen there. Then let's look at business. There is a big business story today in Zimbabwe. So this is Robert Gumede, one of the richest black people in South Africa. So Gumede owns or runs or is part of a consortium called Vision Group. They've bought Tongati Hullet in South Africa for 8 billion rands. They've also bought the assets of Tongati Hullet in Zimbabwe, which is Triangle Sugar. So anything to do with Triangle or sugar in Zimbabwe is now owned by this man, Robert Gumede of Guma, and also of Vision Group. So this is a big, massive story happening in Zimbabwe. This is your new boss if you are working at Triangle Limited in Zimbabwe. So this is a big, big thing. The first black man to own this thing. Sugar is no longer sweet. No one loves sugar anymore. Like, when did you guys last eat sugar? I don't eat sugar anymore. That's why this company, this is why this company went bankrupt. On top of fraud, there was massive fraud at this company, resulting in it going insolvent in South Africa and resulting in this man rescuing the assets because the business went to business rescue and then they had to rescue the company. But I think we've covered everything. Let's now go to the newspaper. So I want to cover 2 newspapers today. We want to look at the Herald newspaper, and we also want to look at weekly newspapers, because remember today I didn't manage to get time to look at all these newspapers. It's been a very hectic day. So let's look at the Herald newspaper as usual. And as I said, Mnangagwa is at the front. So it's no longer allowed for anyone else to be in front of the newspaper. So the only person that is allowed to be in front of the newspaper is Mnangagwa. No one else is allowed to be in front of the newspaper. So let me show you the newspaper so that you can see what I'm talking about. There is no person in Zimbabwe who's allowed anymore to be in front of the newspaper. So Mnangagwa is there as usual, and you're going to see this happening throughout as we go through this difficult period in our country. You're going to see Mnangagwa trying to put himself in front. So that is Mnangagwa over there. And then you're going to see some story about General Tongogara. I told you that Mnangagwa was, Chiwenga was blocked here. You're not going to see Chiwenga here. And then let's see if there's anything else of interest. Monica Mchangwa saying something, a lot of nothing. And then Kupakwashe Mukurumbila lens FIFA post. So his land is now FIFA's newborn baby, the Safe Football Support Unit, which was launched yesterday. So he is been appointed here. Zimbabwe appointed over there. Not much here. Star Corporation has released their results. Let's see what is the revenue over here. So revenue is in ZIG. I don't listen to anyone who reports in ZIG. Guys, I don't waste my time with anyone who reports in ZIG. I don't care about it. And I don't even look. And then the Zimbabwe Agricultural Society is having an AGM on the 25th of January. You can check it out over there. So these are the big stories taking place in the Herald newspaper. Let's see if the H Metro is published. I think the H Metro guys are on leave, if I'm not mistaken. So there's nothing in there on the H Metro newspaper. The newspaper is actually not published. And then let's look at the Independent of Mlochwa and Mnangagwa. So the Independent is owned by Mnangagwa and Mlochwa after they bought it from Trevor Ngube. So this newspaper is not published, but I think that they're going to publish later on today. B Metro. Let's see if there's B Metro today. Yes, B Metro is published So let me share with you B Metro and see what is there. That is an old newspaper from the past. They just put a new date. It's crazy. Who is running the B Metro newspaper? Mchinda Ane Zungu Guru. So let's see. So a guy called me and say, why do you speak in Shona and not in Ndebele? Right? Isn't Ndebele is my first language. Let's see what they're saying. So it's the same stuff from last week. Miner killed with spear in illegal mining clash. School suggestion box leads to rapists arrest. So this is just local stories. There's nothing here of interest to me. I want to look at something else, something of interest. Monday D-Day for candidates. So I want you guys to look at this story. Apologies for this fast swiping here. I know that some people walked it at Zoom from my speed. So for some reason, this story doesn't want to come. It's flipping away from me. So these are the silver candidates, and the number of people will be confirmed on Monday. I don't know when this was done. This is an old newspaper. It's got today's date, but for some reason, it's got old stories. I think this is Trababalas. Trababalas. It is Trababalas for you, HFB Metro, to do such a thing. This is so Trababalas. I can't believe it. Nelson Chamisa. Let's go to Nelson Chamisa, my favorite politician in Zimbabwe. What is Nelson Chamisa saying today? So we're going to go to his X account and see what Nelson Chamisa is doing. So you see that Nelson Chamisa's strategy is actually starting to make sense. So let me tell you what has happened in Mozambique. After Venancio Mondlane got a lot of support, he allowed people to demonstrate and protest. However, yesterday, when Venancio tried to stop people from protesting and looting, no one listened to him. Can you believe that all the young Mozambicans, they refused to listen to Venancio Mondlane yesterday when he said stop looting? They continued to loot and steal, and even the soldiers were part of the looting and stealing. So I can't believe what has happened in Mozambique. And I think Chamisa's strategy of avoiding the protest and going for dialogue is starting to make sense. I'm not saying it's the right strategy. I'm just saying it's starting to make sense what Nelson Chamisa has decided to do. Because the situation in Mozambique is going to get out of control, and no one can control that situation. I explained that no one person can rule Mozambique. It's going to be a mess over there. A lot of people are going to die. In fact, yesterday, I got a call that hundreds of Zimbabweans have been shot dead in jails. So what has happened is that the police, you see all those people that escaped, they're not prisoners. Those people are people that have been taken during the protests. So thousands and thousands of people were arrested. That's why you saw that they were dressed like people, they're not dressed like prisoners. So thousands and thousands of Zimbabweans were also among those people. And at least, the guy who talked to me said, at least 100 of those Zimbabweans have been shot dead yesterday by prison officials. So this is Nelson Chamisa. And Nelson Chamisa is in his village. I don't know if this is his cows. Hakuna mombe yakadai kumasvingo. There's no cow this color in Masvingo. So I don't know where Nelson Chamisa is getting his cows. Guys who come from Masvingo. There's a black cow, a red cow. It's very hard to find a white cow and a brown cow. So red, not red, but brown cow and a black cow. So the color of Chamisa's cows, they tell me that he got these cows from somewhere else. These are especially bred cows, Chamisa. So very interesting. I think guys will know. Put it in the comments. What are these cows that Chamisa has got? These are not Masvingo cows. So what are these cows, Chamisa? So this is Chamisa in his village. Blessed holidays to all of you. God bless you abundantly. I think this guy has got a good strategy. And you can see with Chamisa, man. What did I tell you guys about the foundation of a man? So Chamisa is doing his workouts, is having umve I phoned him and said, Chamisa, Orukuda Yerembe. I won't tell you what happened afterwards. So if you're not getting your Mumbe, WhatsApp that number and usatongwe nema saladi. Unonyadzisa pa New Year. Atidi vanhu vanonyadzisa pa New Year. And for the guys in Johannesburg, I'm going to be unveiling the new pickup point so that you don't have to get it through Postnet. You're going to be getting every morning. You'll be able to go somewhere and pick up your packet of Mumve, and we're also going to reduce the size and price so that you don't have to pay so much. Musatongwe nema salad. So very nice. Nice to see Chamisa doing well as the year ends. I like this. I like Chamisa, the new Chamisa. He is very engaged and he is talking to the people. So I like it. I like what he's doing. And I'll be seeing him very, very soon. Okay. I think we've covered a lot. Let's look at the comments, then we'll recap. You don't want to hear the name Mnangagwa. So at the lead, you don't want to hear the name Mnangagwa. You're going to hear that name a lot. And then Taurai, you're saying Kapago today is 27 December. You said the day will be a day to remember. Wait, guys, it's not finished yet. Some earthquakes are man-made, so we are under attack. No, Owen. So they've explained why they're earthquakes. They're saying that because of the variation of water levels in the dam, it's causing the earthquakes. So as I said to you, because of the construction, in short, whatever they've done with the construction is causing earthquakes. And these guys have to come clean, especially the European Union. Do not overinterpret or rely on the unfounded opinions of your contacts on matters you have no expertise. Research first. Ask any Catholic who has been abroad, and Chiwenga's act in India is normal. I have not said Chiwenga's act is not normal. All I can say is that Mnangagwa doesn't like it. Athanasio, let me explain. Chiwenga and Mnangagwa, they are going head to head, and they are going spiritual. That is why you see kuti Mnangagwa's father is manifesting. Kumukirwa. Vanhu vari kumukirwa nesvikiro rababa vaMnangagwa, mafidi, vachienda pa State House. That has never happened before. And I'm not saying this, I'm not the one saying this. It's in the newspaper. That's the headline story today in the Newsday. So if you've got the Newsday newspaper in Harare, go and look. The spirit of Mnangagwa's father, Mafidi, is manifesting and going to State House where it is saying things that are not being revealed. There are spiritual powers at play. What day? Uchana Mnangagwa at a stage. Akutanga kushikirwa mdara huyu. And it's happening very soon. So do not what I said new day. I said Newsday newspaper. Go to the Newsday newspaper. That is the headline in that newspaper today. So shocking day, amazing day, unbelievable day. 27 December 2024. You're going to see a lot today. By the end of the day, you're going to be knowing more than when you started. And you can take that to the bank. So you can take this to the bank. Now Moza is out of control. And listen to Monjane. I thought all along we couldn't find enough ways to praise his methods. Yes, Seguru Vena is doing very, very well. He's got a strategy. He clearly spoke out and said people must not loot. He doesn't want the country to be bent up. However, there is a third force, and that third force is making sure that people go wild. People get killed. People loot. You saw soldiers looting, right? That is the third force. That is the people who want to discredit what Venancio Mondlane is doing. And yesterday, for the first time, youngsters in Mozambique did not listen to Venancio Mondlane. So Venancio Mondlane went out and said, everyone stop looting, and they didn't stop. That is because a third person is now commanding the looting. And that is why you saw the soldiers assisting. And that is why you saw people being executed in prison. So I've been sent a video, I don't know if you guys have seen it, with hundreds and hundreds of people executed in prison. in Maputo. There have been breakouts coordinated at almost 6 prisons yesterday. Not the ones we talked about, other prisons yesterday. So it's shocking what has happened over there in Mozambique. Now, no one has said those cows at Chamisa's house. Does anyone know what is these cows that Chamisa has got? Which country do they come from? The cows that Chamisa has got here, I know they're not from Masvingo. I hated cattle in Masvingo for many, many years. There is no cow. There's no purple cow. One, there is no gray cow in Masvingo. So where is this cows from that Chamisa has got? Someone put it for me in the comments. What are they called? Right. And then let me go to one of the most beautiful pictures of the day. This one. Nigel, the sleek pastor, and his wife. This is amazing, guys. I've never seen such a happy family. And this guy has shown a picture of himself on a date with his wife. Nigel, sleek pastor. Kona kuno ndikupe mumve. And then who's complaining about me selling mumve? Ndogo says, why do you tell your listeners where to buy mumve? You are selling mumve yourself. Similar to Felix Togaraseyi project, is your business mate. It's not only my business. My business is national high-speed rail. Tukupisa mdara. Tukita zvinotykisa muZimbabwe. National high-speed rail. That is the company of 2025. We're going to do great stuff in Zimbabwe. I love what we're going to do. I love Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe, the best country. If you connect Zimbabwe, we're going to have a first world country. So let's make it happen. I'm the only person who can do what I'm doing here. There is no other person in Zimbabwe who can get away with saying. Do you remember, guys, what I said? 1 liter engine to 3 liter engine. 1 kickstart. And no need to crank it. There's no other person in this whole country who can make that advert and get away with it. I'm like the Trump of Zimbabwe. Guys, but guys know that zvandinotaura izvi zvinhu zvechokwadi. So guys, I would like to thank you for watching. You saw last night I was with Tinashe Jonasi. Make up your own mind. I'm trying to get hold of I'll try to get hold of President Duma Boko and ask him about the intelligence, Zimbabwe intelligence in Botswana, what his views are about all those Zimbabwe intelligence agents who are hanging around there. Are they doing so with his permission? They were chasing Jonasi in Botswana. Is it allowed for Zimbabwe intelligence to just roam around? Or the Botswana intelligence is actually going to do something about it and stop them from their antics? Also, big story, nationally, there is no water for 3 weeks. So for the past 3 weeks, there's been no water, no running water. The girls from Blawayo have not taken a bath for 4 weeks. What a dirty situation. There's been no water, running water in Bulawayo for 4 weeks. Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? On top of the situation in Harare, there has been no running water in Bulawayo for 4 weeks. So our country is down in the dumps. Someone needs to stand up and do something about the situation. Dara Matiregerera. So that is the situation right now all over the country. And we don't know how this is going to end. Yeah, it's a difficult situation that we're in. But it's just about to end. This is almost the end of everything that we're watching here. Now, let me recap and close up. Mnangagwa has blocked Chiwenga from officiating at the 54th anniversary of the death of Josiah Tongogara. So Chiwenga was supposed to be the guest of honor there, but he was blocked. And eventually Nepera, the permanent secretary, officiated. And all other ministers were not there, except Monica Mavunga here. And a few war veterans. The army did not go. Senior ministers did not go. This affected the whole family, and this was supposed to be a big event. However, it was only the family members that were there and 1 or 2 war veterans. People who support Chiwenga boycotted this event after Mnangagwa blocked him from attending. So let's see how it goes. The fight between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa is getting to a head. Mnangagwa has promised to fire Chiwenga by the 3rd or after the 1st of January. Let's see what happens. Let's see who moves first between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa, because whoever moves first wins. Whoever moves last loses. Kudara tiri kumombe. Taikumbira zamuramai wako, zamuramai wa Mnangagwa uku, zamuramai wa Chiwenga uku. Kuti rova tione. And if someone akatsika zamuramai wa Chiwenga, uchaona zvichaitika ipapo. The fight is going to be epic between Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. And this is Wiknoch by his new girlfriend. I like Sonja more. This one, I don't like her look. She needs to upgrade. Ask Kugeza. You know it as a Sonja. Sonja Kugeza. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I really enjoyed this presentation. 41 minutes. I'm talking longer than Makandiwa. Makandiwa celebrating his 46th birthday this week. So Makandiwa, one of my favorite pastors, celebrated his 47th birthday, if I'm not mistaken. Mpana wangu, inini 49. So Makandiwa mpana wangu ne 1 year. Chamisa mpana wangu ne 1 year. So these two are my youngsters, but we are age mates, both of us. That is why you see kuti tese tine pamuromo. Vanhu ivava 3 kudarika vanhu vese muZimbabwe. Thank you very much, everyone. I really enjoyed this day. We're going to do very well. We're going to keep pushing this media house, probably the most present media house during this break. I always try to be available when other media houses are closed so that you don't lose out. So tonight we'll be back. I'll be giving you more updates on what we're going to do with the Victoria Force. And don't forget to buy Mumve. This is the last time we're selling 200 grams. We've got our last 50 packs of Mumve, 200 grams. And if those ones are finished, we'll go back 200 grams. So buy now before you lose out, before Matongwa Nema salad. And don't forget kuti Mumve alone is not enough. So you also need energy, you need strength. So work out. We want you to have bicep rakasimba sera chamisa iro. Don't be a weak guy and don't have kadumbu. Those are the worst things that you can ever have as a man. Yeah, and we're adding, we're also adding a supplement. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you in the evening.